Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Ringside Beer Show, episode 13.
13. Uno, dos, tres.
Plus 10 more. Oh, my God.
Yo.
So we're already in the double digits, and it feels really good. Feels really good. But guess what? We ain't satisfied. We're going to keep bringing you more.
Keep on going, man. How was your Halloween?
Wasn't long enough. You know, this is the type of holiday that you want like to be like all week long.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Real people really celebrate that, so I'm all for it.
I was actually surprised there were so many parties. Like, I was scrolling through my Instagram, and there was massive parties everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, good luck trying to keep people inside.
Yeah. Well, you know what's sad? There was not that many trick-or-treaters out here.
Maybe not on your side of town, bro, but I've seen plenty of areas where people were participating in. I'm all for options.
Yeah.
All
Well,
for freedom. Get to do what you want.
yeah. You had fun this weekend, though?
Oh, it was a good time.
Good?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Same here, man. Well, dude, let's get right into current events?
Yeah, we're going to start off with the current events, and we're going to start off with a little bit of Family Feud.
Yes.
So it looks like here the WBC and the UFC got to face off in a Family Feud celebrity match, and it's actually pretty cool. I was looking forward to tuning into this pretty soon. I don't have the ability to get into it now, but I will watch it pretty soon.
Yes. I believe they aired on Thursday, and they had they asked the question and said, like, oh, if your wife were to come into bed, what type of animal would she be? And Forrest Griffin was like, she's a giraffe. And everyone's like, what? Like, bro, pump the brakes. Like, what? What does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess he left it up for interpretation.
Yeah.
I already had a couple of ideas, but I mean, you know,
It's like a tiger. Ringer.
Yeah, you know, who really knows, you know? See, that's more of a common one, right? A tiger, but giraffe, that's all, a little out of left field.
It's like, who says, like, hey, man, when your wife goes to bed, what do you think she is? A giraffe, bro? Like, she's a straight-up giraffe. Like, what the hell? Like, visually, I couldn't even, like, what?
It just goes to show you, man, that we all don't think the same.
I don't know. I figure I threw that current event just because it was funny. And that aired on Thursday, so it should be hopefully on YouTube or maybe on the Family Feud website. I didn't get a chance to see it. I just saw some clips.
Honestly, I think it's pretty cool. You know, it just kind of entices more of the beef of that, you know, boxing versus UFC, and definitely kind of entices you with McGregor versus Pacquiao or the McGregor versus Mayweather again. You know, it's just kind of those things where you put the boxing versus the UFC, the best versus the best. We all know who's the best anyways, but I'll leave it at that.
Well, I don't know. From what I heard, boxing won, so.
Once again, I'm going to leave it at that.
All right, well, let's go on to the next one. Let's talk about Yo Daddy right now.
Hey, this pops right here. So it looks like little boy Adesanya wants to square up with John Jones.
Yeah, he says, I said I'm going to fight the supposed GOAT in 2021. And was it Allegiant Stadium.
Raiders.
Raider Nation. That fight needs to be in front of a crowd. It's going to be the biggest fight in UFC history, and I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, I concur.
And I'm glad they're waiting. Obviously, they need fans to come back, and they had boxing had their first event with fans in San Antonio, Texas, which is the Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz, but we'll get into that with fight recaps.
Yeah, you can see the gates are starting to open up. There's some sunlight, some rays, you know, seeping through, and now it's things are starting to happen, which is cool. I think the biggest thing is now that all this stuff is going on, it's kind of the time frame and how things are starting to open up. It's kind of laying out the pathway to build up the super fight for John Jones versus Adesanya.
Yeah, and I thought that was I was like, yo, I'm glad they waited. I'm glad that John Jones didn't get him early and get that KO, you know, because now he has experience, and we'll have a fight announcement on Adesanya. But let's continue with our current events. We have Dana White on the status of McGregor versus Poirier, and Brett Okamoto asked from ESPN, and he says, I believe the deal is done.
You believe, huh?
That's what Dana White says. He believes is done.
I like concrete. You know, I like contracts. I like things that are sealed, signed, delivered.
Now, speaking about contracts, if did you see what Dustin Poirier posted today?
I did not. If you can refresh my memory here.
He says, me, the Notorious MMA, is the fight January 23rd. Let's make it official. UFC Dana White, send me the right contract. Stop playing games. Now, Dana White says he believes the deal is done, but Poirier just posted that about 2 hours ago.
Okay, so by right contract, that means that there was some sort of stipulations that were obviously not up to par or something. So
I don't think they were planning on Khabib retiring after his last fight, because you know how Khabib was saying, like, oh, I'm going to retire 30-0.
Per Dana White, he doesn't believe.
Well, that's what I'm getting at, because Dana White said that he believes he was super emotional after his last fight, and he believes he's got one more to fulfill his like father's dream or something, right?
And 30-0 does sound better than 29-0.
Now, can you imagine? Let's say they run McGregor versus Poirier for the championship belt, right? Let's say McGregor gets that belt and Khabib comes back to fight his last fight for 30-0 against McGregor. Dude, talk about one of the biggest fights ever.
It seems
potentially.
It seems almost too fairy tale.
Yeah, because I mean, like, it doesn't, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think also too, now that the bone of George St. Pierre versus Khabib has been thrown out there, and we all know Khabib would much rather fight George St. Pierre than he would rather fight Conor McGregor, just for every other reason besides the money, because obviously, I mean, they would probably be making groundbreaking money too. Not quite Conor McGregor money, but I think pretty dang close.
Oh, yeah.
But with, you know, I honestly think the GSP fight is just more salivating, you know, just as more enticing. And I think if Khabib is going to go back, because he made it a pretty dominant show, you know, that he's retiring, that, you know, like, you know, he promised his mom he wouldn't do that. Like, he's a man of his word, you know, and he puts it out there on national television.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If he comes back.
Right. I think it'd be very difficult for him to come back for that McGregor fight because he doesn't like Conor, bro.
Well, he might want to come back just to smack him around one more time.
What happens if you don't?
Oh,
dun.
Hold up! Did you watch the last fight?
I did. I'm just saying. You know, obviously Connor's a professional. He's gonna adapt. He's gonna make some changes. He's gonna, you know, tweak the game a little bit. I don't know, man. It's tough.
I think
I want to give Conor the benefit of the doubt and saying that he could, you know, beat Khabib in any way, but it's kind of hard because I really not even like he got dropped when he was striking with him.
He got dropped in the second round by Khabib.
I'm saying. It's just well, obviously there was no respect there for the hand game.
Yeah, exactly.
He did not respect his boxing skills at all.
McGregor to
Khabib. So, you know, therefore he suffered the consequences and got dropped. Where he'll make those adjustments and it won't happen again like that. I just think that where it comes down to the mauling and the manhandling. How can you stop that?
Yeah, you can't.
Or St. Pierre might.
Yeah, but GSP ain't gonna come back. It's
too much of a cut for him. Meet at a catch weight. You'd have to meet at a catch weight. Let that okay, you retired, right? Let that lightweight go. Go fight. You know, GSP will come back for the money. Doesn't have to be for a belt. He would like it to be for a belt. He wants to do, you know, the impossible, but he would also come back for one last fight against the person who is the boogeyman, like he said.
Yeah, well, that would be more for respect and legend, you know, the legend status of the fight. But
belt or no belt, GSP versus Khabib, I think is still one of the biggest fights.
So ever. It sounds like they might be giving the championship belt, whoever wins, to Poirier or McGregor. So.
Yeah, they can do that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that too. And give interim belt, create an interim belt for Gaethje and Tony Ferguson. Have that in the number 2 spot.
Yeah, but you know how I would prefer it rather to go down.
What?
Well, okay. I think Michael Chandler, Dan Hooker.
Oh yeah, that was last episode, bro.
I know.
We left that one back there.
I know, but I feel like that's just the best way to do it. You got
that was the easiest one, but
you got Gaethje, you got Poirier, make them run it, make Conor Tony fight. Then I feel that's more of a proper matchup. It's just more. It just makes more sense.
I mean, Gaethje versus McGregor would make more sense because Gaethje was the previous person
McGregor
who fought for the belt.
Deserve a shot to the top.
Oh, but you're talking
the last
money,
time he
though.
fought at 170 against Cowboy. You know,
it's the UFC. They're gonna they're trying to make the most money possible.
I'm just saying that's where I'm dying on my sword. Where I'm saying it just doesn't make as much sense as having Conor Tony fight, Gaethje Poirier fight,
and fight for the light heavy.
Exactly. Tell me that doesn't make the most sense. It just does.
Yeah, no, it does. It does. But
it's just the UFC. They want that cheddar,
they want that
man. But good luck trying to get Conor to sign a contract because that boy be.
Oh, dude, he would.
And
sign
then he
the
goes and
contract
gets in legal trouble so that way he could stall out some more. No,
Dude,
I'm just kidding.
Hold on, I know you're talking about low legal troubles over here.
No, we're very, very familiar with legal troubles. I'm just kidding.
So no, but for start off the 2021 year, McGregor versus Poirier for the belt because that's going to draw more eyeballs. Then you have Adesanya, John Jones for International Fight Week. Dude, this is going to be a crazy good year for MMA fans.
It just sucks because I consider myself somewhat of a hardcore fan, and I feel like it's almost diluting the product a little bit when you're just going straight to McGregor, Poirier.
It's only that
Cormier also says that he likes slow builds. I like a little bit of a slow build too. Keep this stuff percolating. It doesn't have to happen immediately at the beginning of the year. But I don't see no other clearer pathway than the one that I had just painted out. You know what I mean? It just makes the most sense.
It does.
I'll die on that sword.
But we'll see, man. We'll see. All right. Well, hey, man, I wanted to show you the photo shoots we did this weekend for our Halloween.
Can we not just show me, but can we show the world, please?
Oh, let's show you the world. Yeah. So,
because this right here is insane.
So this was a concept that me and my wife been thinking about for a while, and it was the Addams Family poster. We try to mimic the actual movie poster,
right? And
I tried to look online. I looked at Addams Family photo shoots, and none of them looked anything like this. I was like, I think I was the first one to recreate the Addams Family movie poster. I believe that's the first one. So
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, bro. You've been the first guy to break, barriers in a couple different things.
I know, man. So you see that hand? That's my hand right there. I had to pose it on the seamless paper during the photo shoot.
It does look like your hand. I mean, same skin tone. So yeah.
Oh yeah. And then the next slide, I have all four of us, kind of almost like trading cards. I was like, oh, you know what? These be like little fun individual posters just to have, But the main one I want to get printed, but just want to show you and everyone else.
This is awesome. Okay, so what I was telling my fiance, dude, I love how Mia is so committed. She gets committed to the role and she plays it, man. She's sold to it,
Yeah.
And then this right here is a moment of gold when you got Mason like that.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that's a straight just snapshot straight out the bank, bro.
Well, he was like, Daddy, picture? I was like, yes, picture time. So he would just stand there. I was like, okay, 1, 2, 3. And then he would move around and he's like, what the? And I'm like, what are you doing? I was like, all right, I'm going to time it down. 1. So he just stays there smiling. He's like, 1, 2. And I just take the photo. And then when I hit 3, he's does whatever he wants. I was like, okay, I figured it out, little bro. And my daughter, Mia, she's the one in the purple in the Wednesday costume. Yeah, she got really into character, man. Yeah. She's like, okay, I can't be angry, but I could look mean. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, do whatever you want. And my wife, she was on just a regular chair, and I had to Photoshop that bamboo. I don't know what we call it. I think a bamboo chair. But that's from the original Addams Family.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that from the first
I don't. I wasn't quite into that movie as you. You are a little older than me too, guy.
Well, anyways, for us old folks, for us those gray hairs, if you guys remember the original Addams Family, oh yeah, shut up. So we had the original Addams Family, and I found the bamboo chair. I was like, okay, that'll be plain cool. And then my daughter took the photo of me, and she's doing great, man. She took the photo of our intro or little thumbnail photo.
Yeah, she did.
She's killing the game, man. I think she might be a photographer. She has the skills for it.
She's about to start charging you for her time, bro.
I know, seriously.
And then you're going to have to hit her with the father fees.
You know what? It's all right. Charge me because you know what? We have our sponsors, so let's take it away. What a good segue right there.
That was professional.
Yeah, professional. All right, hit him with the sponsors, bro.
Shout out to the sponsors. Ringside Beer. Since 2012, committed to bringing fight fans quality lagers and ales. Brewed in Anaheim, California, Orlando, Florida, and Queensbury, New York. Ringside Beer is proud to offer fresh beer in both 16-ounce cans and on draft. Look for our flagship American-style lager, Irish-style red ale, or any of our other beers in your area. Shop at ringsidebeerstore.com for t-shirts, hats, and tap handles. Get in touch at ringsidebeer.com. Get in the ring. Be ringside. Ringside Beer.
Ringside Beer. And I think they only have a couple left of the Black MMA tap handles, so they're almost sold out. So if you guys want them, Get them.
Fresh off the press.
All right, man. Well, let's go into our fight recaps. Fights that happened this weekend.
Yeah, this weekend was tough, man. It was very I mean, it was awesome. It was it was definitely like a celebration, but then at the end it was just emotional.
It was heartbreaking. So we'll go right into UFC Fight Night, Hall versus Silva, Anderson Silva, which it was supposedly his last UFC fight.
Yeah, I like how everybody keeps throwing that word UFC in front of the word last fight, you know? So even he says it a lot. Oh, it's my last fight, the UFC, my last UFC fight. So to me, I honestly feel like he might take a cruise on down to Bellator. Do I think he should?
I hope not.
I hope not.
It was
either,
sad,
man.
though, because he got caught coming in, and Uriah Hall was moving back, and he caught him with, I believe, a right hook to the nose, right? It was just like a little cut to the nose, and I'm like, it was heartbreaking, man. It felt heartbreaking. So he was doing so well, or he was doing okay, because Uriah Hall was he was a little gun shy in the second round.
Yeah, and you could tell Silva was trying to push some pace. He was trying to be the aggressor in the fight some of the time, and he was definitely trying to maintain that energy. But it was just like, well, you see, he's 2 steps behind, not just 1 step. He's a couple steps behind.
Well, I was surprised that he was able to hold up as long as he did, because he got dropped in the third. He almost got finished in the third. The fourth round starts, and he got TKO'd pretty much, or KO'd, I would say.
Yeah.
But dude, it was sad. It was sad watching a legend like, because I started watching MMA when Anderson Silva first started fighting. When he first fought like Chris Lieben.
Yeah,
that's like the golden age of MMA. Like I started watching that back in the day. But
I came in with the California kid, like the Uriah Faber WEC days.
Yeah,
that was when I would flip through the channels and I would see people fighting each other, and I was like, oh
yeah, dude. I don't know.
Just a little bit after that, but definitely Anderson Silva has put in so much time, effort, legacy, significance into the UFC. He's built that brand just like any other of these big name fighters have. Conor McGregor, all these people, he's took this place, but
the sport to
company and the whole sport to whole other land. So I love it, man.
Well, this is a quote from Uriah Hall. He says, this is a post fight. He says, "Dreams do come true. Can't begin to tell the emotions leading up to this fight. To grow up watching this man, idolizing him, mimicking him, and having so much respect towards him. To separate the emotions of going up against my idol is truly a remarkable feeling. I will forever be grateful for the opportunity we shared in the octagon. Although it was not my best performance because it was the hardest thing I have ever had to do, I'll savor every moment. Thank you, Anderson Silva, for not only being an inspiration to me and a lot of others, but for how you carried yourself in and outside of the octagon. You are a true legend. No one can take that away." And sorry about that. I'm like squinting my eyes trying to read this.
He's trying not to cry while he's reading it. That's why, because it's extremely emotional. I mean, this is significant, man. And
it was.
Even the response the day after Anderson Silva, his response was, "Good morning, my people. Today is a very different day for a simple reason, and I wanted to thank you all for all these years with your cheerleading. I want to thank the God for granting me the gift of the fight. Thank you, my people, for all understanding, for all your support, for all your amazing moments that we live in this sport together. I hope I left it in memory and in the heart of each of you little of who I am, that you can overcome difficulties every second, uncertainty, and to overcome obstacles in your lives. Never think about giving up as hard as things get. At some point, know that I leave all my love, all my respect for you, force and time always, and God bless you all. Thank you all, bless you, and bless you." Them Brazilians, man. I love their English.
Dude, that translation, man, that was a... when they translated, because I'm pretty sure he said this in
100%
in Portuguese.
Yeah.
So
100% the Google Translate got stuck.
How sad, man. That's a sad photo to see.
It is, man. And you could tell in his response too, like, it hurts, man. This hurts. Like, he doesn't want to stop. I don't think anybody wants to stop, but at a certain point, when people are telling you it's time, it just might be time.
Now, everyone was telling him to stop except for McGregor. He's like, dude, he's a grown man, pretty much. I'm paraphrasing, because he was going on like a Twitter rant after the fight, right?
Yeah, my boy McGregor likes the proper 12.
So he went on a Twitter rant saying like, he's a grown man, he should be able to do what he wants, and if he wants to retire, he can. But like, if he has a fight in him, let him let him fight till. Maybe match him up better because he still has a skill set.
Yeah,
you know?
well, Connor feels the same way about Diego Sanchez.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So,
Well,
once again,
you know
my boy likes the proper 12 just a little.
Just a little too much.
You're not supposed to get faded on your own supply, bro. That's rule number one.
Talk about proper 12. He was the main sponsor for the next fight recap.
Yeah,
which is,
I noticed that.
Davis versus Santa Cruz.
Yeah, I noticed that, and I was like, oh, look at all that proper 12 all over all the place, man. My boy is doing some big things.
Dude, and it was the KO. Let's see the photo. Look at that. This is the still image. Clean uppercut. This was before he even dropped. You could tell the legs are kind of going out right here.
Yeah, you could just see the pain in his face. Look at that. He's like,
oh, man. All right, we got the little clip, and this is from Premier Boxing. So we have Leo Santa Cruz up against the rope.
jab.
Timed it. Boom.
Okay, so this is where I wanted to talk a little bit about this knockout because this right here is just devastating. Like, he's out like a light.
Dude. So
why did he keep throwing that jab?
Dude, he kept on throwing that right jab.
It just left him open, dude. It's just...
And I called it. I was like, dude, he's doing it. 1, 2. I was like, dude, he's timing it, man. He's timing it.
He was overthrowing him, too. It wasn't just the jab. It was like he was just overthrowing it.
He was coming from the rope, right. And I'm like, dude, I see Davis already timed it. He timed the second one, and he was like, all right, I'm going to slip to the right and uppercut. Dude.
Yeah, he went.
Vicious KO. Vicious KO. Good thing when he hit, I don't know if you noticed, he hit his head on the cushion.
Oh, on the cushion?
On the cushion. I forgot the corner, I guess you would say. Before he smacked it on the canvas, so it kind of almost like a broke his fall, yeah, like almost a little barrier. So he didn't like completely smack it on the canvas, even though, dude, that was
even though he took a solid rock to the dome to go up.
God.
Yeah, I think that's one of my more favorite knockouts. Just because you could see he just was like timed it.
Yeah, man, it was well, I mean, give it up to Santa Cruz because he moved up, 2 weight classes to fight Davis?
Yeah, and he had a lot to fight for. I just want to throw it back out there. I don't know if it was episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or 11, or even 12. But I mentioned how much I like uppercuts, boy.
Dude, just watch them all and let us know which one it was at.
Yeah, please, because I don't remember. Done so many, bro.
Dude, man, but honestly, great weekend of fights. It was sad and exciting at the same time.
Full of emotions. Yeah, man. I think we need that though. We kind of need that energy dump, right? We got that good feeling of that adrenaline, and then you need that sad stuff to kind of bring you back down to reality. So it's just a mixture of the chemicals that your brain releases, and you just got to learn to ride it out.
That was a good weekend of fights though. Can't complain. The whole cards, both of them were pretty good. Shoot. Well, let's just go into fight announcements, man.
Yeah, let's shout out to the people and let them know what light heavyweight fight is coming up on February 27th. So it looks like Reyes is trying to get back into the winning circle, and he's going to go against my boy Prochaska.
You couldn't have said it better myself, man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Yeah,
no, we'll just leave it at that. You had so much confidence. Don't go back. Don't go back and correct it. You had so much confidence saying that, bro. It's like when you say.
Yeah, I think I said it right.
What's that word? Worcestershire. You just gotta say Worcestershire sauce.
Hey, that's actually how you say really good in micheladas. Just
throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Don't know, now you know. Now this big one, it has no official date, but apparently they have already agreed to fight each other. And this is Blachowicz versus Adesanya for the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship. And I think this is the perfect move because now you're going to have Adesanya 2-time belt if he wins.
Right. Double champ.
League going into International Fight Week for John Jones.
Yes. Now, before we get a little bit into that, I kind of want to just look back at this. Now, Reyes just fought Blachowicz. Look at how complete opposite polar sides of the spectrum they're on now. Reyes has to go down and fight somebody that nobody really is familiar with. Blachowicz gets to go and fight Adesanya, who's on a heater right now, probably one of the most talented and influential guys in the business, right? Yeah. He came out dancing. When's UFC ever let anybody do that?
They were nervous. You're talking about the Whitaker fight, right?
Yes.
So the UFC and Dana White did not want to approve his walkout.
I mean, it's a liability, of course.
Exactly. That's their concern. And Adesanya's like, no, man, this is a big event. He was I don't know if you knew, he was a break dancer.
Yeah, break dancer.
So he's like, no, we're gonna have a little intro to the fight. And
I did like it though. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was pretty dope.
It got me hyped.
Yeah, no, I'm like, But it also set the bar real high. I'm like, okay, if this dude's coming out here, he better put away Whitaker like in dominant fashion. And guess what?
He did. He almost put him away twice.
Yeah, no,
in the first round.
Seriously. And then I was like, you know what? That boy can dance in all of his fights, but he didn't come out dancing because he already proved himself. You know?
Can you imagine the Raiders Stadium and what he's gonna come out to? Dude, if he pulls something like that, it almost feels like he knew he was gonna get that win. You know what I'm saying? Like you just knew you were about to get that win. So I'm gonna go and bust a move real quick. I'm gonna bust a Jabberwocky and go kick some ass. You know?
Yeah, no, straight Jabberwocky out here, bro, and I love it. No, so this really just I felt like we're just all of us spoke it into existence. You know, we're like, you know what? And the fans honestly have that power. Like we've kind of spoken some fights into existence, like kind of like Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather.
For sure.
I'm just throwing that one out there. Go back and look at the episodes too. But also, you know, like the fans have the ability to get fights to happen. The BMF belt, you know, we got a lot of juice, right? Like it's important for the fans to kind of, you know, use that. So I think with all that being said, what's going to happen now? Blachowicz going to lose his title. Adesanya is going to be the double champ. John Jones is going to come back down. He's not going to fight at heavyweight because there's no fight set for him, you know. And Stipe and Ngannou has to happen. Dude, until that happens, John Jones is going to stick around. He's going to stay close to 210, 215, 220. He's going to make that weight cut, no freaking problem.
Hold on. Adesanya still has to get through Blachowicz.
I mean, dude, although the Polish power is real, I honestly... The thing about Adesanya, bro, is he's literally stylistically similar to John Jones. And that's going to put him at an advantage against anybody.
Dude, the thing is, the champ he's fighting, Blachowicz, has that KO vicious power. And me and you both we were going for Reyes because we were going with technique and power, you know.
And for the hometown kid.
And for the hometown, obviously. But we were so wrong.
I was sold on Reyes, bro.
Yeah, but we were wrong. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like this fight might be a little bit closer than we think. It might be more exciting. So I'm hoping if Adesanya wins, he doesn't take that much damage to, you know, and then has a long layoff because of this fight.
I feel technique beats power every time. It just does. I mean,
look at
that's why you know Stipe beat Ngannou. You know what I mean? It's just when you're a better fighter overall, stylistically, you know, with your techniques and just saying.
Well, so, I mean, like Ngannou had zero wrestling, so that's different.
Run it back, then. Let's run it back.
I don't know, man. This is gonna be exciting. Well, we have the poster for UFC 255, Figueiredo versus Perez and Shevchenko versus Maya?
I feel like I know somebody that could have did a better job on this poster.
So I dig it.
No. It's cool. It's cool. I just know somebody
to
do a little better. You know what I'm saying?
And reminder, we will have these paintings next episode for sure.
Yes.
For the giveaway. So I would just start commenting who
you got.
Exactly. Just start commenting Figueiredo or Shevchenko on the videos, on one of our videos, and you'll be automatically entered to win one of those paintings, all right?
Or you can comment, sup with it, just for the real ones. I had to.
All right, man. You're gonna make a shirt out of that, bro. Just
bro,
make it already.
All right, well, I got to work on the copyright because I don't know who owns that, but I need that.
You need that, man. Well, another big fight, World Welterweight Championship. Errol Spence Jr. is coming back to fight Danny Garcia December 5th on pay-per-view. And this is Errol Spence. Did I say Errol Spence?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Errol Spence, first fight from his accident, I believe, right?
Yes, this is his welcome back fight, and so cool to see him, you know, getting back into the ring, and not just with anybody. He's fighting somebody who's got some juice. Danny Garcia knows what he's doing. He's proven himself in that ring, and this is a good test for Errol Spence. Now, we all know we wanted to see him against somebody else, but given the circumstances, let's see him, you know, earn his way back, work his way back, make sure that he's at the top of his pinnacle before he goes in and takes that big fight.
Well, this is a really good fight. I'm just shocked that this is his first fight coming back from his accident. And if I'm not mistaken, this is going to have fans in attendance because this is going to be in Arlington, Texas, I believe. Arlington,
somewhere I'm not too sure, but I guarantee it's in Texas.
Yeah, so that's where Errol Spence trains out of.
And that's also Texas, where the winner of the last Ringside Beer Show contest winner lives.
Oh, yeah, Texas, yep. There we go. Little shout out to
Yeah, no, it's definitely good. I'm tuning in for that fight because if Errol Spence is able to bounce back and he's able to show that he hasn't lost a step and he still has that juice, then you can go ahead and start pushing him back up.
Yeah, I think, early predictions, I think he will get the win. It's just more of a mental thing for him, like, hey, I just went through this accident. I'm recovering. Where am I at physically,
Right, because
So
we
this
don't
can
know
answer a
if
lot of
he's going to
questions.
be like in the mindset of, I've went through all this, I can handle all this pain and push through and, overcome, or he'll have the mindset of, I've been through so much pain, I don't know if I can handle all this, so it's the question will be answered.
Yeah, December 5th, guys, on pay-per-view. So, all right, man. Well, let's, what is this? What do we got? Fights this weekend. So this Saturday, November 7th, we have Santos versus Teixeira.
Do me a favor, third party Mr. Martin over here.
Martin,
shout out to Martin. Hey, bro.
Martin behind the computer.
Go ahead and pull up the UFC because I want to see who else is fighting on this card. And we still got a little bit of time. I mean, this is a little early in the podcast. But I would like to see who else is fighting on this card because, yes, this heavyweight bout is definitely something that, interests me. And I want to see how Thiago Santos is able to bounce back from his injury. But I also want to see who else is on this card because they've been having some sleeper fights, this UFC. Just go to UFC.com, bro. Yep, that one there.
Junior, not Dos Santos. Not Junior Dos Santos. Why am I drawing a blank? Why Santos? Thiago Santos. What injury is he coming back from?
The John Jones injury.
Oh, then, dude, he's been out that long?
He's been out that long. Well, I don't think he was able to get a fight. I think he got a fight. It got canceled. And then he re-got another fight. I want to say one of them had an issue. And then, this is where we're at now.
If you click on Glover Teixeira, I believe he's coming off multiple wins right now, right? So click on his name. Yep. And then scroll down. And keep on scrolling.
Okay, this is pretty
So
neat.
here we go. So I think he won the fight with Anthony Smith because Anthony Smith is coming off 2-3 losses already.
Yeah, he won the fight with Anthony Smith.
So
he won the fight with Krylov. So he's on a four win streak.
1, 2, 3, and who beat? Did Anderson beat him? Yeah, Anderson beat him. And Anderson now, I forgot to get he went to Bellator where he has a fight coming up. He finally got a fight.
I'm
1, 2, 3.
Excited to see how he does over there.
4-fight win streak right now for Glover Teixeira, and he's fighting Santos that's coming off an injury. And remember you're saying Santos on the episode. Did you say he was going to win?
Yeah, I honestly think he's going to win. Yeah, I know Glover Teixeira is a good boxer, but I think Santos just got the power. He's younger. He's just right now the better fighter. Even coming off an injury, I'll still take him.
Yeah, if you go to events.
We got to get off the Wi-Fi, bro.
All right, and then you click on the event, the Santos versus Teixeira.
Yeah, click. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I'm picking Teixeira to win this, man. I feel like he knows he's coming back from injury. He's going to go after the injury. I believe it was his knee, right? It was the ACL or something like that. It popped in during the fight.
He tore like all kinds of stuff.
So if I'm Glover Teixeira, I'm taking him straight down to the mat and just,
I don't know why I want to say it was the ACL and the MCL. It was like both. He like destroyed it.
Yeah. Because you wouldn't be out this long because that John Jones fight happened in 2018?
Yeah, bro, it's a long time. So you got Teixeira by submission?
I got Teixeira by submission, maybe in the third.
Santos by knockout.
Well, we'll see. And then we have Andre Arlovsky. Fighting Tanner Bozer for the co-main event.
This right here is just they just rounded up all the old cats and it was just like, let's have a retirement party for all these guys.
Now, I don't know why I'm picking Bozer on this one.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm gonna go Arlovsky.
Well, you know what? Oh, he's gonna lose. Nah, man, he's doing all right. Oh, Claudia Gadelha's fighting on this?
Sick.
All right, for sure, I'm going with her.
Mm-hmm. Why she's fighting so low down on the card?
Well, she's on the
She's the beginning of the main card, but still.
Yeah. And then let's see who's on the prelims.
I would slide her before Brendan Allen and whoever old boy was.
Well, we don't got big names here.
Elkins.
We got a veteran, Elkins. Who else?
Griffin. Max Griffin's cool to watch.
All right, well, not big card.
Not a big card, but I'm sure these guys are still going to be trying to knock each other out.
Marcos Lima's fighting.
Marcos de Lima.
Yeah, he was one of the contenders on the Brazilian Ultimate Fighter Brazil.
I'm so glad that's coming back.
Dude. I'm excited for
They
that.
didn't say who, and they didn't say really when. It was just more of like a, guess what, guys, is coming back, and we're like, yeah, we already heard.
Oh, I wonder if it's gonna be like maybe Rose versus
Zhang Wei Li.
I always want
That would be okay. That would be okay.
I'll go for
I know
that.
they're pushing for Tony, man. I know they're pushing for Tony.
Tony Ferguson
Yeah.
to coach the Ultimate Fighter.
They're talking about him and Mike. I heard him and Michael Chandler, and honestly, wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that only because Tony Ferguson came from the Ultimate Fighter, so it'd be really cool to see him go back and then kind of be full circle. I would prefer how I broke down the fights earlier. I prefer Conor versus Tony, and then make that the Ultimate Fighter. That'd be pretty fucking sick.
Yeah, but there's no.
Excuse
way.
my language. That'd be.
There's no way though they would do that. I'm guaranteed they're gonna Poirier versus McGregor for the belt because that's where it makes
Sean
money.
Shelby, just take a seat, my boy. I got this.
I'm gonna throw you a little tap handle to the head right now.
If I catch it, do I get to keep it?
You get to keep it, brother.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Little dodgeball runs. All right, guy. Well, that was episode, dude. Nice and short today.
I think that's how the people like it, but guess what? They have options, so we're always going to bring you some options. We got some, shorter content. We got some longer content. We got the medium content. We got everything you need.
You got everything you need. So stick tuned, guys, for our next episode. And watch out for the paintings that are coming out next week. We'll post about them on our social medias.
Yeah, guys, get these fingers warmed up because we're going to need you to start commenting and reposting and subscribing and setting up the notifications because guess what, guys? We got another giveaway coming next week, so you better be ready.
All right, guys. Well, with that being said, remember,
Be
ringside. Deuces.